Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel to a very special review for something that I saw for the first time maybe a couple of months ago in just like a couple of pictures here and there on Facebook. And I'd given up hope a long time ago of ever getting like a real serious custom piece when it came to Michael Myers. You know, Sideshow only ever did the one, and this is the original Sideshow Myers that I got so many years ago. I tried with super sculpty clay to resculpt his face, and I used hair from a werewolf mask. And you know, considering this was like the first ever attempt at trying to do any custom work on anything, it's not too bad. You know, I mean, the cold light of day, it's not very kind to this piece, but in the shadows, not that there's any shadows, it's too damn bright right now. But yeah, I was proud of it and still am sometimes. Like I say, in the right kind of lighting, this looks really creepy. But anyway, this was the original Sideshow Myers. And just recently, I went on eBay and I don't do it very often. In fact, considering how much I've always wanted a custom Myers from the 78 Classic, I'm surprised I haven't been on eBay more often in the past looking for them. I just assumed that they would be way out of my price range, but I saw this one and it was expensive. It was on eBay, it was pricey. I think it's best to keep these kind of things to yourself. I'll say it's more than I've ever paid for a single 1/6 scale figure, but it's not more than I've paid for a 1/4 scale. Maybe? I don't know, I'm trying to think. Without saying exactly how much it was expensive, but it wasn't like ridiculously expensive. Considering what it is, I'm very satisfied and I have no problems with it. But this is, ignore this guy here, I've got him in the shop because I just thought I finally found him a pose where I know it's very simple, but I actually like the way he looks for a change. I always look at this part 6 Myers by 3-0. It's a great figure, but the big ears and the kind of slightly inaccurate shape of the mask and stuff. I know One's Customs has done his own version of the mask, and that does look, you know, just like the one from the movie. It makes you realize this one's pretty off, but it's still a very creepy looking piece, and I'm very glad to have it. But yeah, let's get back to this one. This right here is a concept figure, a concept Myers piece called the Booface Myers, and well, that's what I've read and that's what I've been told. And the base that he's standing on is a custom base that I'm trying to put together slowly but surely. It's not finished, you can probably tell. It was a DX11 Joker base, and I painted it like a kind of, I didn't want it to be black and I didn't want it to be brown, but I wanted to put down this fake grass, and I wanted the grass to kind of contrast nicely against the kind of dark brown color, but it's still not quite the shade I was hoping for. And these you can just buy at like model kit shops and stuff to represent some kind of, you know, front garden, lawn, little hedges and stuff. Just gives them a nice little bit of an environment. But that, obviously, I did that doesn't come with the figure. So I found them on eBay, and the chap who I bought him from, you know, rightly so, was quite not reluctant to let it go, because obviously it was on eBay, but he, you know, didn't really want to part with it. And I can understand why. I tried to tell him, you know, if it helps, it's going to a good home. He replied back straight away, no, that does not help. And I get it, I understand. So, you know, I'm going to take good care of it, and I'm going to treasure it. I've been thinking about this for a while. I think it might be my new favorite piece in the whole collection. Not including 1/4 scale stuff, you'll always be my baby. But as far as 1/6 scale figures go, I think this is the new number one. Let's get into it. So when I asked the guy I bought this from about the details of who made what, he let me know that the head sculpt is by the one and only One's Customs, and the weathering, he said, was done by Brett Little, and the boots and the, what else was it, damn it, the boots and the overalls, I believe, are done by C Creation, as in C-E-E Creation. Now I hope I have all that correct. I know if Stiff Richards sees this, he can definitely correct anything I've said wrong, because he knows, you know, he deals with One stuff all the time. But just what a piece, man. I mean, to me, it's all about the head sculpt. I mean, that's the thing that makes this. It's, you know, the outfit, the overalls are done really well. I don't know, see, it's not a total one's custom piece, so I don't know who done that body underneath, or who done the gore and the bullet holes and stuff. I know the actual one's custom complete figure has a much more damaged sort of right hand side. It's basically sleeveless because the sleeve's been ripped off, revealing all the shredded and gory arm. So this version is not like that. The guy I bought it from said he specifically wanted it to be not quite as battle damaged on the body, and I gotta be honest with you, I think if I had the choice, I would probably still go with this one. I think the gore and on the arm, on the fully sort of one's customs from head to toe piece is sick. It's awesome. But because I'm such a fan of the first film and I'm still trying to get that perfect Myers from the first movie, this is a little bit closer to that because it's not quite so kind of undead zombie kind of thing. But I do friggin' love it. But let me get up close. But I just think, given the choice, I just want him a little bit closer to, you know, the kind of, let me just put my hand there, basically, there's the original Myers. One's sculpt. He's done so many versions, the Blackest Eyes version 2, the Shape, I don't know how many versions of that, see I haven't been keeping track because it's been years, but he's done many versions of this original Myers, and I think he really has just nailed it again. Just cover that up, it's just awesome. Let me take him down off this shelf. We can get a real close look at him. That's how the horror shelf's looking. But yeah, let's just see, head sculpt wise, you can see the amount of difference in a custom piece like this compared to, say, piece by 3-0 or Sideshow Collectibles, you know, which ain't too bad for mass produced. Gotta think, I mean, they are mass producing these. But the level of work that goes into custom piece, and that's the other thing. Stiff Richard said that the complete one's custom version of this from head to toe, apparently there's only 5 or 6 of them in the world. Now I don't know how many of these head sculpts are out there, probably more, but it is nice to know that this is, from what I believe, kinda rare. I don't know, maybe one, or Stiff Richards can let me know how many of these heads exist. He might make more, I don't know. But yeah, we'll take it down, we'll get a closer look. Taking the figure outside to get a little true light action so we can see this thing in broad daylight, nothing to hide, let's see every detail. And when you take out a custom piece like this outdoors with a 4K camera and start pointing it at the damn thing, you're thinking to yourself, something's bound to be amiss. There's bound to be something on this that is a little bit amateur. There's nothing. This thing is ridiculous. Look at the mask. I'll turn him around in a minute. This is just the more clean side, the more recognizable Michael Myers. Look at the hand, the way it grips that knife perfectly. This slightly kind of weathered, well, not slightly, it's pretty heavily weathered on that side, but compared to the other side, this is quite mild. You've got a little hole for the elbow and some blood stain coming up onto the sleeve, the hand. It's got pockets. The tailoring and the fit of the overalls is absolutely perfect, 100%. The knee, let's look at that. Zoom in. Oh, not that much. That is one gory wound he has there. All bloody and bashed. And the boots, which I'm not 100%, but I kind of recognize that greenish kind of army kind of colouring up here as maybe the Platoon Hot Toys boots. I know that's what a lot of guys use for their sort of kit bash custom Myers figures, like the one I'm making in the very near future. I'm just waiting for that silencer for a head and painted head by Madbug. The ultimate, apparently it's the ultimate Myers head. It looks incredible. I just can't wait to get it now so I can compare it to this one. Not in a competitive way, obviously, but just as a Michael Myers fan. And as someone who's sort of striving to get that perfect 78 Myers, I just would be very curious to see that head next to this one. Is incredibly well done. I don't know what kind of hair this is. It's certainly better than the stuff I've been trying to use. But look at it. It's just every detail. The hole in the neck there from where the knitting needle, I think it was, went in. The line there from where they ripped off the sideburns for the mask. The bit of paint that's come off the nose. My 1/4 scale NECA figure had that as well, and I was wondering if it was just a bit of damage to my figure or if it was on purpose. But I noticed with a lot of these Myers heads, a bit of paint is always chipped off the nose, so I guess that's meant to be like that. But just look at him, soak it up. We'll turn him around in a minute. We'll get a look at the really damaged section of him. So again, here we go. Just coming back, appreciating the proportions and the tailoring on everything here. It's really just perfect. I can't stress that enough. I mean, this area here is either going to be slightly too baggy most of the time on Michael Myers figures or slightly too tight, but this is just perfect. Alright, I'm going to have to lower his arm down a little bit, so I might put a pause in because I don't want to do that one-handed with something like this. Get that arm down and then we can get a nice close-up on the gory side. Alright, so let's get really close up here and see what's going on. We've got remnants of mask, an ear. The ear is kind of becoming one with the, well, I don't know, it's kind of, what's the word? Just morphing into, everything's morphing into each other. It's just the bone is morphing into the flesh is becoming one with the mask. It's friggin' amazing. And as a concept piece, I think this kind of thing just works perfectly for Michael Myers. Which brings up something I wanted to mention about horror icons and what makes them an icon, what makes a horror character stand the test of time. And it seems to be something to do with their face, or the lack of a face. Jason wears a mask, Michael Myers wears a mask, Freddy Krueger has a face, but it's very distorted with the wounds and burns. These are the three main horror icons. Pinhead from Hellraiser possibly, and again his face is very, shall we say, stylized in a horrific way. You know, unrecognizable as just a regular human. I think something to do with creating an iconic horror character that stands the test of time is you take away their face and you replace it with something just timeless. And in this case, it was a Bill Shatner or William Shatner mask that was modified and changed. And a horror icon was born forever and will never die. No matter what happens, people are always going to watch the original Halloween. Just get a look at those teeth. Look at that wet looking saliva. The way the end of the mask here. Look at the neck underneath. I'm going to try and get the sun to catch that a little better. Look at all that. Look at all that work. It's even got a bit of sweet corn stuck in there. Nah, it's just a bit of bone, I'm joking, but yeah, the ear and the way it's kind of attaching itself to everything around it, that's really gross. But the hair is just, for 1/6 scale hair, this looks like it should be the hair for a 1/6 scale size character. It doesn't look like they've used like human hair or a wig from, 1/1 scale anything. This looks like it's been tailor-made, everything. It's crazy. I'm rambling, forgive me. Just looking at this thing through the camera and just gushing because it is amazing. You've got the little slit in the back of the mask. more skin tone. The black t-shirt, that's also really weathered and damaged underneath this set of overalls. But yeah, this is truly a thing of beauty, if you can, you know, put that word to Michael Myers. But to me it is. This is just a work of art. Okay, well that's enough outdoor action. Let's take him inside and carry on with this little review. Hope you enjoyed seeing it outdoors. It certainly shows it in its full glory. Not that odd to see Michael Myers out in the daytime, because he certainly was out and about during the day in the original film, stalking his prey. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap up the video now because I'm not going to be posing him too much. I just want to basically leave him be. He was an expensive custom piece. There aren't too many of these around, and I don't want to risk anything going wrong. It's just a spectacular masterpiece, and I'm so glad to have this. Don't know what else to tell you really. It's just, I've seen pictures of this particular piece. I've seen other photographs of one stuff. Different head sculpts, different versions of head sculpts, different characters, and they always look incredible, but I can just tell you really need to see these things in person to fully appreciate what's going on here. This is art, and it is very, very just kind of speechless, to be honest. What can I say that's going to do something like this justice? The hours of work that went into it. I know it's just the head sculpt that's One Customs, and you've got the C Creations and Brett Little, who all came together to put this particular piece. But yeah, amazing. So finally get to see something of One Customs in person. Really impressed. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have an excellent Halloween. I'm going to try to have a pretty decent one myself. I'm currently trying to get the night off at work. I'm currently working on my birthday, but it's no big deal. Did it before, I'll do it again. But I would like to have this Halloween off. I just fancy chilling out and just watching some scary movies. Probably watch me Dog Soldiers. That's a film I like to watch, or maybe The Howling. You always got to watch a werewolf movie at some point during Halloween. But yeah, incredible, sick figure. Absolutely love this. Probably my favorite 1/6 scale piece in the collection now. I don't see how it could not be. I mean, it's just so friggin' awesome. No matter where you hit it from, it always looks good. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus. Alright. Amazing, sick piece. I'll see you guys real soon. Happy Halloween.